Aaron Knight stood backstage, the roar of the crowd outside vibrating through the walls. He felt the familiar adrenaline rush of his rock star life, but it was beginning to feel hollow. His band, Black Echo, had become a household name. Their albums went platinum and their tours sold out in minutes. But beneath the fame and the glitz, Aaron was exhausted. The weight of years of endless tours, after parties, and fast food binges had worn down his body. Chronic joint pain made every movement a challenge. His stomach, once resilient, now churned with discomfort after every meal, no matter what he ate. He was trapped in a cycle of unhealthy habits, all to keep up with the rock and roll image. The music played on. The lights blinded him as he hit the final note of the encore. But inside, Aaron felt like he was falling apart. Back in his hotel room later that night, he sank into the bed, too tired to even take a shower. His thoughts wandered. He couldn't keep going like this. Something had to change. His body had become a ticking clock, and he didn't know how much time he had left before it all came crashing down. Maybe a break was exactly what he needed. Somewhere peaceful, somewhere far from the chaos. The next morning, he called his manager and booked a ticket. He wasn't sure where, but he knew it had to be away from everything, a place to reset, to breathe. Aaron found himself in a small coastal town called Morrow's Reach, nestled among the rugged cliffs and mist-covered forests of the Pacific Northwest. The town was quiet, the kind of place where the pace of life slowed down. He checked into a cozy inn, its wooden floors creaking with age, and the scent of pine in the air. The locals were friendly, but kept to themselves, offering polite nods as Aaron wandered the streets, enjoying the calm. It was here, in the heart of the town, that Aaron met Ava Sanchez. She ran a small farm-to-table cafe called the Green Fork, known for serving vibrant dishes made from local, organic produce. Aaron had heard whispers about her from the innkeeper, and curiosity led him to her cafe one afternoon. The cafe was tucked away in a sunlit corner, its large windows letting in the golden rays of the late afternoon sun. Ava, with her long dark hair tied into a loose braid, greeted him with a smile that felt genuine, like she wasn't just another person trying to get something from him. "Can I help you?" she asked, her voice calm and welcoming. Aaron hesitated, still feeling like a stranger in this quiet place, but there was something in her presence that made him want to sit down and listen. He ordered a green smoothie, something he'd never usually consider, and waited for it to arrive. As he sipped, the burst of flavor surprised him. It wasn't like anything he'd ever tasted before, light, refreshing, and full of life. Over the next few days, Aaron found himself returning to the Green Fork more often. Each meal Ava prepared was a revelation. She served him dishes he'd never thought of: roasted root vegetables, quinoa bowls with fresh herbs, and vibrant salads with edible flowers. The flavors were so rich, so pure, that Aaron began to feel something he hadn't in years, his body waking up. His stomach stopped aching, his joints felt less stiff, and there was a surprising clarity in his mind. It was as though the fog of his years of unhealthy living had finally begun to lift. One afternoon, after serving him a kale salad with a citrus vinaigrette, Ava sat down across from him. "You know," she began, her eyes soft, "you're not the first person who's come here looking to reset. People come from all walks of life. Some are broken, some are just tired, but all of them find peace in the simplicity of good food." Aaron leaned back in his chair, his fingers tracing the rim of his glass. "I think I've been running for so long, I forgot what peace felt like," he admitted. He felt a sense of vulnerability in her presence, something he wasn't used to in the rock and roll world. Ava smiled knowingly. "You'll find it here," she said. "The food is just the beginning." The days in Morrow's Reach turned into weeks. Aaron continued his new routine, eating fresh, plant-based meals and spending hours walking along the cliffs, breathing in the crisp, salty air. He began to feel lighter, not just physically but emotionally. The constant pressure to perform, to be someone he wasn't, started to slip away. For the first time in a long while, he found himself reflecting on his choices. One morning, Aaron woke up feeling different. His joints weren't stiff, and the dull ache in his back had lessened. It was a small change, but to him, it felt monumental. He was becoming more attuned to his body, to what it needed, not just what he wanted. The food he was eating wasn't just filling him, it was healing him. The more Aaron learned about the ingredients Ava used, the more fascinated he became with the world of plants and herbs. He started asking her about the benefits of different vegetables, herbs, and fruits, and she happily shared her knowledge. It was as if she had opened a new world to him, a world of balance, of nourishment, of respect for the earth. As Aaron's transformation continued, the pull of his old life began to tug at him. He received a call from his manager, urging him to come back to the band. The tour was set to resume in just a few weeks, and the band needed him. The old part of him, the part that thrived in the chaos of the spotlight, felt the excitement. But another part of him, the part that had been reborn in Morrow's Reach, felt resistance. Could he truly go back to the grueling life of tour buses, late nights, and junk food? He found himself torn. His manager's voice echoed in his head, reminding him of everything he stood to lose. But as he sat at Ava's cafe, sipping a bowl of lentil soup, something shifted. For the first time in years, Aaron felt like he was in control of his own life. "I don't know if I can go back to it," he confessed to Ava. "I don't know if I can go back to the way it was." Ava set her spoon down and met his eyes. "You don't have to," she said softly. "You've found something that works for you. Don't let it go." Aaron knew what he had to do. The band's tour was calling him, but so was his new path, one where health, peace, and fulfillment came first. He called his manager back and told him that he needed more time. The decision wasn't easy, but it felt right. He wasn't ready to return to the chaos of his former life just yet. Instead, he told his manager that he wanted to integrate a new lifestyle, one based on health, balance, and real fulfillment. He began to take on a new role within the band, one where he could still create music but without the exhausting pace of the road. He would focus on writing and producing, all while continuing his newfound commitment to a plant-based lifestyle. It was a bold decision, but Aaron felt more at peace with himself than he had in years. The changes he'd experienced weren't just physical. He realized that he had been running from something deeper, his own insecurities, the need for validation, the pressure to be someone he wasn't. Now, with Ava's guidance, he had found a true sense of self. He was no longer just a rock star. He was someone who had found balance, peace, and health in the most unexpected of places. As Aaron embraced his new life, he felt a calling to share his story. He wanted to show the world that fame didn't have to come at the expense of personal well-being. During an interview with a major magazine, Aaron opened up about his journey. He spoke candidly about his health struggles, his exhaustion, and how Morrow's Reach had changed him. "I was living fast, but I wasn't living well," he said. "I'd traded my health for the life of a rock star, and it almost cost me everything. But when I came here, I realized that I could still chase my dreams, but I needed to take care of myself first." The interview went viral, and Aaron quickly became a symbol for those seeking balance in a world that often rewards excess. His message resonated with fans who, like him, had been caught in the whirlwind of unhealthy habits. A few months later, Aaron's band was gearing up for a small, more intimate tour, one that would focus on music and community rather than the spectacle. This time, Aaron's approach was different. Instead of after-parties, he organized events where fans could learn about plant-based eating, sustainable living, and mindfulness. It wasn't just about the music anymore. It was about creating a culture that celebrated health and well-being. At the first show, Aaron felt something shift in the crowd. The energy wasn't just about the music. It was about the shared experience of connecting with something deeper. Fans were excited not just to see their favorite band, but to be part of something larger, something meaningful. As the tour continued, Aaron's health and energy remained at an all-time high. His joints no longer ached, his digestive issues were a thing of the past, and his mind felt clearer than ever. He had discovered that fulfillment didn't come from constant striving or living up to others' expectations. It came from taking care of himself, embracing simplicity, and finding peace within. Ava continued to be a guiding force in his life, both personally and professionally. She had taught him not just about food, but about the importance of balance, of finding the space to breathe, to pause, and to truly live. And now, Aaron was doing just that. Aaron Knight had become more than a rock star. He had become an advocate for health, balance, and sustainable living. His story had inspired thousands, and as he stood on stage one last time during the final show of the tour, he felt a sense of fulfillment that went beyond the applause. The lights dimmed, and Aaron picked up his guitar, the familiar sound filling the air. But this time, it wasn't just the music that spoke to him. It was the life he had built, the peace he had found, and the journey he had embraced. It was his true legacy, not the fame, but the transformation. As the crowd roared, Aaron smiled, knowing he had finally found what he had been searching for all along.